Imagine if cycling was your job. No, not like that. Like this instead. Your job is to dash through the city from office building to office building, delivering parcels, going to various checkpoints, and all of that while competing with traffic and pedestrians. If that sounds exciting to you, well, you've clicked on the right video, because I'm about to do my first Alleycat race. Why don't you come on this adventure with me? Hello guys, and welcome to another video. My name's Josh Kwan. If you're a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. You've come on a good episode. We're doing something completely new today. I'm doing an Alleycat race. Now, what's an Alleycat, I hear you ask? Well, that's a good question, because over here in Australia, it's not common at all. I know it's a bit more common overseas, especially in the USA, but an Alleycat is essentially a bike messenger race. You have to start at a point. You need to go to various locations along the way, and you need to collect something or give a proof of evidence that you've been to that location. The first person who reaches the end and has checked off all the checkpoints along the way wins. Now, the fun thing about these races is that it's a combination of obviously a bit of bike fitness, bike handling, also navigational skills. But from my understanding is there's going to be like a little bit of a riddle or something that is a bit uncommon. So that's definitely going to tie into it, and I think it's going to use a whole skill set to even finish this event. Now, the instructions to this event, I'm going to say a little bit mysterious. We've been told a meetup spot in the city, and we're just told to bring a backpack, a pen, and a book. Who knows how that's going to play into it? Yo, gravel bike.
I'm actually bunking. Do you have food?
No, I've got a Red Bull. What's this? Tropical flavor. It is almost 6 PM in Sydney CBD, and it is chock-a-block with people, cars and public transport. We quickly made our way to Hyde Park, which is a park in the centre of the city where we would receive our instructions for how our night was going to go. The usual Lycra and road bikes that I was used to was replaced instead by guys wearing streetwear and fixie bikes. I was definitely out of my element here, but everyone was super welcoming and friendly, more than happy to tell me about their bikes that they've made themselves. Now, you may be wondering, how the hell did a road cyclist get invited to this underground street racing event? Well, luckily for me, I've got a man on the inside. The organizer for tonight, he is a good friend of mine. He invited me to come along, and I am always more than happy to try out a new experience. Our briefing was as follows. We were given a map here, which is called our manifest. It has various locations that we need to tick off, and these locations were actually street libraries around the city. For those who don't know, a street library is essentially a community Dropbox where people can borrow and return books. And our goal for the night was to travel between various street libraries, try and find them in the dark, return the book that we'd brought, borrow a brand new book, and take a photo as evidence that we'd been there. The manifest here gave an indication of how many points you get for travelling between different street libraries. Obviously, ones which are further or harder to get to give you more points. All of this came within a strict 90-minute time limit, and we were also told our final destination where we had to be, otherwise we'd be deducted points. There was also a little side quest of picking up rubbish, with bonus points going to whoever picked up the most quantity of rubbish by the end. To be honest, I didn't pay much attention to this, but it'd be very important later on. And just like that, we were given a 5-minute neutral period to plan our route. I'm not gonna lie, I found this pretty stressful, and I was a little bit overwhelmed plugging in all these different locations into Google Maps, trying to figure out the best route between them and also which one would give me the most points. And then we were off into the night. We spotted a couple of checkpoints just outside the city that looked like they were close together and also not too hard to get to. These were the ones in Ultimo, followed by the one in Piedmont. Our plan after that was to head into the city and then pretty much go and see where we could get to after that based on how much time we had left. And luckily for me, I'm not on my own. I've got a partner for the night.
All right, so Toby's made a pretty good route.
He's the route maker, I'm the navigator, and right now we're trying to make our way to Ultimo to get to the first checkpoint. And let's go.
The address for the first street library of the night in Ultimo led us to this little park here. And we immediately had a problem. It was dark, unlit, and we had no idea where this box was meant to be. Because of the time pressure, there was a bit of frantic energy going along as we dashed around the park looking for it. Kind of like running around a dark room looking for the light switch and stubbing your toe on every piece of furniture. And then we spotted it on the side of a church next to the park. And funnily enough, Kevin got there before us, even though he was riding a Lime bike.
That's such a good book, Matthew Riley.
Book, but I mean, it's old and there's always room on the bookshelf for more.
Look what I brought. My grandma gave it to me.
I go for
The CSI Row Total Wellbeing Diet, Book 2.
Do you want to put it in?
Yeah, thanks,
Wait,
bro.
do you want to choose your book?
Yeah, mate, small as possible. I like this one. Nerd Herd, Raging Wool. And it looks so well loved. So look at it. Someone's chewed it.
That's the first checkpoint down and off to our second one. I'm pretty familiar with this area here, so luckily I didn't need to use Google Maps. I knew some of the back roads. Let's go. That's 2 checkpoints down, time to head back to the city. To get from Piedmont back to the city, instead of going around Darling Harbour, we're going to go over Piedmont Bridge, which is going to save us a bit of time. But no sooner did we start heading off than the skies opened up and it started raining. This did make me a little bit nervous because skinny road tyres on slippery ground is never a good combination. But there's no time to think, just do, and we were going to stick our head down and just keep on going. We hopped from cycleway to cycleway, making our way back towards Wynyard Station where the next checkpoint was. And I want to give a little shout out here because a couple of people on the street recognized me and they said hi and even cheered me on. I'm sorry I didn't capture you in any of my footage, but if you're watching this is my kudos to you.
It's just right here. Yeah.
This next street library was in a little box attached to a fence at Lang Park, which is in the centre of the CBD. I reckon this one would be super easy to miss if you weren't looking for it. I've walked past this park many times because my office building is nearby and I've never even noticed it before. Now Toby and I, we're on an important crossroads. Coming back to the city isn't an accident. The reason why we wanted to come back to the city is because it is one of the most central locations to all the rest of the checkpoints. We started mapping out a course to the eastern suburbs of Sydney, which had a cluster of locations close to each other which could accumulate a few points together, equaling a big payday. But then I saw it. The furthest marker on the map, Newtown, a whopping 82 points, but it is ridiculously far away. You know me though, we ain't here to muck around and I'm all carved up and ready to go. I reckon a combination of our navigational skills as well as some of our road cycling fitness can get us all the way there. It was an easy pitch to Toby. Come on mate, let's go for the big one.
So status update, we've done 3 checkpoints. And right now, we are shooting for glory. We are just going to the furthest checkpoint, 82 points. We're just gonna see if we can make it there and then try and knock over any in the surrounding area. I think because it's our first Alleycat, I don't know if we're doing the most efficient route. I think that comes with experience.
We've got energy, which is what's
Let's go.
Turning the hello ride.
Bloody hell. Hey! Maybe here. Pushing hard. Very hard. Wait up. What's the name of the place? Parliament on King, right?
Yeah. Where?
Yeah, we've gone past it. Maybe just past that little park. All right, photo. Goodbye, slingshot. Hello. Bear Grylls, gold of the gods.
Oh, hell yeah.
How obscure is this street library? Toby and I actually rode past it twice before spotting it. Thankfully, that passerby pointed it out to us, otherwise we might have missed it again. We collected our books and I looked at my watch. We had 15 minutes to go. The finishing location is Noble Hops in Redfern, so not too far away, but I was feeling a little bit cheeky and I was thinking maybe we could tag on one final location on the way there. We looked at the manifest and Google Maps and I could see one location that was along the way, so let's try and squeeze it in.
Actually, I think that's, you're right. Nice. And I'll get rugby league.
Alright.
5 checkpoints and we've only got 10-15 minutes left, so we're going to head to the finish now and go up these stairs here on the left. Alright, jump onto the bike path. Smashing it. Let's go. We made it. All right, now that we're here. Hey, how you doing?
We're gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, of course you are.
With 5 minutes to spare, we drew our route onto the manifest to show where we've been for the night. We signed off our names and we gave it back to Kevin. Jokingly, I said,
Maybe we should just go pick up rubbish for the next 5 minutes.
but after an hour and a half of riding, I was ready for a beer and some dinner. So we just pulled into the back of the bar, ready to enjoy ourselves. This is the Noble Hops. It's dog friendly. They serve heaps of craft beer. Interestingly enough, they don't do food there. You can actually order takeaway food that gets delivered to the bar, which is pretty cool. And from what I heard, the owner is a cyclist as well. So this is a pretty cool hangout.
I understand it now though.
Everyone came in one by one, we sat down, chatted, talked about each other's nights, and then it was time to tally up the points. Turns out I made 2 fatal mistakes in this competition. The first was having a fundamental misunderstanding of how the rules work. Basically, to get points between street libraries, it's actually directional. So for example, if you go from St. George Church to Quarry Street, you get 25 points, but you don't get any points for going the other way. This would pretty significantly impact the tally of our points, but that's alright. The next one was that I fully underestimated how important the bonus points would be from picking up rubbish, and someone else on the night took full advantage of this. You can see right here. No, your eyes did not deceive you. This guy rode a fixie bike while holding the end of a bed frame.
This is for you. I bought this for you.
Guess what it is?
Yeah, you can get it.
Is it tiramisu?
Yeah, it's tiramisu.
Hey!
Alright, well I may not be the best at Alleycat or understanding the rules of them, but you know one thing I'm good at? Smashing food, and that is what we're gonna do right now. I tidied up an entire pizza by myself. Then we took some photos of all the people who made it onto the podium for the night. Everyone that you see in the shot here not only combined a really smart route, but also took advantage of the bonus points through picking up rubbish. And in addition to that, they were riding fixed gear bikes on Sydney's notoriously hilly terrain. So I can definitely learn a thing or two from these guys. We finished up, went outside, and as we were leaving the venue, the skies, which had been giving us a little sprinkling before, decided to unleash the full load. And man, it was like a Noah's Ark rain event. We made a mad dash to get to Central Station to get on the metro to go home, and that concluded what was a really fun night on the bike. The first thing I did when I was researching for this video was I actually went on Wikipedia and searched up the definition of Alleycat, and this is what the first paragraph says. An Alleycat is an unsanctioned bicycle race. Alleycats almost always take place in cities and are often organised by bicycle messengers. The informality of the organisation is matched by the emphasis on taking part rather than simple competition. And I love the last line there because it encompasses my experience so much. Sure, it is nice to win or get a podium place, but just participating in the event, trying something new, and having a glimpse into this other side of cycling was the real prize for me. If you are interested in doing an Alleycat, go follow junk_KS on Instagram. That's Kevin's Instagram account where he'll be putting information on any further Alleycats that he organises. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.